Hello friends, my name is RagePanda1, and do you have bad luck? Are you suffering because every time you summon something, you get a bunch of doo-doo garbage, and you're looking for something a little bit better? Well, guess what? One good thing about this game compared to other gacha games is that you have a little bit of control when it comes to that, and the way that you have control is through companions. So what I want to do here is I want to tell you the best companions that you can get to get actually good champions. What I'm not going to do in this video is talk about all of the event companions, because you probably can't get them right now. And if you can get them, you're just being lucky at that point. You don't have control over this. However, if I was gonna pick an event companion to be the best event companion to get, it would of course be the Devala one, because the female Devala is absolutely broken. So when that eventually comes back around, make sure you get this companion, because they're just too good. Just too good. Alright, with that off of our list, we need to figure out exactly who we would go for if we're only going for champions. Now, this is not just strictly the best companions to get. That would be a different video, and if you want to see that video, tell me that you want to see that video, and I'll make it for you. At number 5, we're gonna have the Travaine companion. That's right, you already have her. Isn't that glorious? Now, the reason that she's number 5 is because the female Travaine is so incredibly good. Maybe I'm a little biased because of the trait farm as well, but the female Travaine is absolutely top tier in certain game modes. She basically can't be beat if she's built right, and it would not even be a bad thing for you to have more than one of her built for doing your expedition bosses, so you can ensure you're getting those extra diamonds every day by winning those competitions. Now, if we're looking at only the champions that you get from getting these characters, then number 4 is gonna be your Fulgur. I think that the male Fulgur is super good. I think the female Fulgur is super good, but you gotta know how to use her a little better. But if you feel like you're lacking damage, you can take care of that by getting yourself a nice mythic Fulgur. This companion comes with the benefit of also giving you hulking, which is an incredibly good clan trait, and being the best in one of the districts, which is another really great thing that you want from companions. If we were taking all of that into consideration, she'd be much higher on the list. Number 3 is gonna be another one that you get for free. You don't even have to farm this companion out. It's the Ignis. You just have to do your initial 7-day quests, and then you're gonna get her, and you have access to 2 great champions. Some people don't think that the male Ignis is all that good, and they are mistaken. He is incredible. The female is much easier to use and easier to land the damage, but the male is extremely good, especially if you can try to get good with him, which I suggest that you do. If you happen to have this companion at Mythic anyway, you may as well get the benefit of both champions. Number deuce here is, of course, my favorite marksman friends, the Tidestorms. They're both great for different things. People say that the female does a little bit more damage. I think that depends on what sort of content you're in. And the male, of course, enables you to pull things in closer, which makes people like your male Ignis hit harder with abilities that are ground target effect. I basically run a male Tidestorm in every team that I have because I just love them so much, and having that control of being able to pick out a backliner and sentence them to death by pulling them in, I think is completely underrated in the game. And so I think that the Tidestorm companion is number 2 on my list. Number 1 should be no question to anybody. You should already know this. The female Lionstone is basically just completely mandatory. You can build teams without her, but you have to consider what you're doing carefully if you're gonna be playing without her. And in general, if you are playing without her, you need to have a male White Eyes. If you want to be the most competitive that you can be, of course you can get around that, and you don't have to do any of that, but she is that good. And so having the companion available to you, you should be going out and getting it if you don't have a female Lionstone that is usable. And the benefit here is that the male Lionstone is also incredibly good. For the purpose of just being a tank, he's probably the best tank in the game for just absorbing damage for the team, which is basically essential if you're trying to build a sustain comp, because you need to give your healer time to be able to actually heal people. So I think that that's really good. I think they're both incredibly good, and this is by far the companion that is going to change your teams the most, because you'll be able to put a Lionstone on every team, and that's going to make you real happy. Now, there are more things to consider on this list, so I'm going to reorder it for you in a way that I think it is best suited to an account to raise these up to Mythic. You should be making it a goal to basically get every companion up to Mythic, although I think there's an order that is best done in. That's a whole video unto itself, and maybe that video will be coming soon. If you watch my channel at all, you know that female Travaine is what I say is the first thing you should do with your diamonds, with your time. You should be getting this companion up to Mythic as soon as you can. This is the first thing that you need to do on your account to be successful. There's no other thing that is possibly better than that. Summoning is trash tier compared to getting female Travaine up to Mythic. The reason is because you get a Mythic farm of traits that you can marry off onto even your lower rarity characters to make them almost as good as a Mythic. And Agile as a clan trait is extremely useful. You can use it pretty much anywhere. If I was going to order these in the way that I would actually level them up if I was starting over, and by the way, I've considered doing a free-to-play account from scratch again, just because I feel like I'm running out of stuff to do in the game, and I want to get some more fresh excitement in for myself in gameplay. If you think you'd like to see that and play along with that, then let me know in the comments below, and I'll see if I can make that happen for you. So real quick and rapid fire, like, the first thing that I would get done is the female Travaine to Mythic. That's the first thing I'd get done on my account in general. It's so strong. Stop doing summons. Buy the intimacy items, get her up to Mythic. You need this on your account. Number 2 is the Fulgur clan, and I have a whole video explaining why they're so good. Clan trait is awesome, champions are great, really good in districts. That's the number 2 that I would go Mythic on a fresh account. Number 3 depends on if I have a legendary female Lionstone or higher, and if I don't, it's going to be the Lionstones. The Lionstones are just that strong. It doesn't matter all the extra stuff you're getting from it. You need them on your team, or you need them to be available for you to use. There would be number 3. Tidestorm is number 4 because aggressive is so good. Both of the champions are great, and that leaves our beautiful Ignis at number 5. Unfortunately, all she provides is really strong champions. The Pyromancer buff is good if you're using those champions, but I'm not sure that that's what I would build my entire account around. Honorable mentions here are, of course, the Griffin, Doombringer, and Luxuriant, because they're all really strong in districts, and that is the order that I would do those as well. Griffin, Doombringer, and then Luxuriant. One that I would recommend to never put any intimacy into ever, unfortunately I've already crossed that line, is the Sallyhorn. You don't need Sallyhorn, their clan trait isn't good, but having 1 stars available to you to farm out greens so that you can ensure your traits on marriages when you're forced to do that is a really good thing to have on your account. And if they ever bring back the Vigor farm, then that's going to work out great for you as well. So I want to thank you for watching my video about how to date women, and I hope you learned something. I hope you take home a beautiful lady with you tonight. For now, I want to thank you for watching the video. I have been RagePanda1, and I will see you in the next one.